to Grow and Glow with Darylyn. So today I just wanted to give a little more insight on what exactly gastritis is and what inflammation is and how I decided to go about my healing process and the things that I do to heal my body and to further my growth process. Okay, so gastritis. What is gastritis? Gastritis is basically when your stomach lining or intestines are inflamed or irritated, which can be caused by stress, food, medications, or H. pylori, which is a bacteria. There are numerous of reasons as to why you could actually get gastritis. It isn't specific to anyone or anything, but it's basically when your stomach or when your stomach lining is inflamed and irritated. To help you better understand what exactly inflammation is, think of it as like fire. It's your body's defense mechanism trying to protect you from whatever is causing that harmfulness. Now, the thing about it is, as it can be helpful, if it lasts too long or it goes on too much or too long, it can hurt instead of help. So the defense mechanism becomes the problem, actually. So, my whole purpose for this channel is to bring insight onto our bodies and the things that we go through, and to bring more insight to healing our bodies as well. And so for me, throughout this whole process, I gotta admit it's been hell. Now, for me, what the inflammation feels like is basically I have gas all of the time, or like my body constantly feels like it's on fire, specifically my stomach area. Now, the thing is, it's no specific time of day for me. It could be when I'm waking up, I just went to sleep, like I'm going to sleep, or throughout the middle of the day. So it's no real specific time as to when it may occur, because typically you can associate it to eating foods, yes, but in my case, it can happen anytime. I literally wake up in pain. So it's like I have to counter that all day. I'm basically trying to spend my day countering, figuring out ways to reduce the inflammation in my body and reduce the amount of pain that I'm in so that I can actually get through my day. Speaking from experience, I certainly understand how exhausting this whole ordeal can be. So throughout this channel, I hope to provide a little bit of helpfulness and giving you maybe some recipes or some tips that you can try that help me along the way, that maybe can help you. Like some recipes. We are gonna talk more about smoothies. I'll be dropping some smoothie recipes later on, and we'll be getting more into cooking. We're gonna talk about our supplements. Just to give you something that I recently introduced into my supplement mix is black seed oil. I'm gonna actually go get it so I can show you. Okay, so not only did I introduce the black seed oil, which when I say it's like a holy grail, what I do is I wake up in the morning and I'll take maybe a teaspoon or so, and let me show you exactly how much. So I'll fill my syringe and maybe get about this much and get some water, put the water in my mouth, drop the droplets in there, and just swallow it, get it over with, and follow up with water. I feel like personally that's the easiest way to get it done because the liquid makes for better absorption. They have capsules, which my husband has the capsules. If you feel like that'll be a better fit for you, then they do have the capsules. But for me, I chose the liquid because of the absorption rate, which personally I do feel like it is like a instant thing. Now, I will say it is best to follow up with some sort of maybe yogurt or a banana or some applesauce, something soft, but in something bland that'll give you just a little bit of something on your stomach. You don't want to overdo it, especially if you're already in pain. But 9 times out of 10, putting a little bit of something on your stomach with the inflammation will help you out with your pain. But it has to be, like I said, something bland or a smoothie or some oatmeal, something like that. Now, another thing that I did introduce is these Goalie gummies. So it was 3 in, I actually got these off the TikTok shop, but it was 3 in the box, and this one has the pre, pro, and postbiotics. Now, we'll get into a breakdown of the pre, post, and everything a little bit later on, but I just wanted to show y'all exactly what it is. I have these. Oh, and just a little bit, it's for bacteria. So you basically want to take those in addition to your supplements, because how they tell you you need the probiotics, which I have other probiotics, like Align is one of the, another good brand that I find is amazing. But probiotics introduce good bacteria to your gut. So with that being said, with all the harmful bacteria that's sitting in your gut causing inflammation and irritation, introducing that good bacteria helps fight that bad bacteria. So that's that for the probiotics. Now, for these, we have the ashwagandha gummies. I use these as like a calming because of the stress, and like based on my research, when you have trouble sleeping at night and you wake up in pain like that, it could be due to the high cortisol levels. So in order to counter that, there are plenty of things you can do to incorporate that calmness that you would need, but this is a good one that I found. My husband bought me some of these a few months ago, and ever since then I've been hooked. Because yes, now I will say you need to give yourself a break. You don't just take these and you know, continue to take them, because your body will of course continue to build up tolerance for these. But you do want to give yourself a break, an on and off thing, maybe a week on, a week off. You don't want to overdo it with these, definitely. Now, the last one is apple cider vinegar. These are used to counter the bloating. So when we talk about the inflammation and the gas, you get bloating. With the bloating, that's where the apple cider vinegar comes in, because it helps reduce that bloating. Again, there are numerous of things that you can take to help reduce the bloating, but that is one that I recently introduced that I find works well. So as detrimental as watching your food intake is equally as important as watching your sleep and your stress intake. I promise, whatever it is, let it go. It'll all work out one way or another. It's not worth your health or your mental at all. At all. Now, that's one thing that I have to constantly remind myself. I'm not gonna sit here and talk like, oh, it's easy and it's something that you can just wake up and just be free and let world's problems, as if it's nothing. We're adults. We have bills. We have to make something of ourselves. We have to do certain things. So it's like, I understand the stress, and not only that, everyone has their own problems. So understand the stress that life brings. But what I'm telling you is to maybe find another way to relieve that stress, and to not hold it in and let it hinder you, because that will affect your healing process, speaking from experience. So just please make sure to take care of yourself, as important as it is to focus on your eating, your supplements, the working out. It is so important to manage your stress levels. Please manage those stress levels. So I do just want to say, if you made it this far, that I love you guys, and you are not alone through whatever it is you're going through. I'll say all the time, my inbox is open, my comments is open. I understand how lonely and how just isolating this whole process can be, this whole experience can be. So remember, that's the reason I created this channel, is so that we can have a space safe to go to find what we need and to find our community. So I love you guys. Stay tuned.